Hey, what's happening, guys? Anthony here with the Silver Screen Analysis, and today we're talking Brawl in Cell Block 99, starring Vince Vaughn, Don Johnson, Jennifer Carpenter, written and directed by S. Craig Zahler. This film made the rounds at a few film festivals. It's now available on multiple streaming platforms. I know it's available on Amazon Prime right now for only like $4.99, which is a steal because I think this film was easily worth the price of a theater ticket. This film follows Bradley Thomas, played by Vince Vaughn. He's a former boxer that runs drugs and money, and when a deal goes south, he finds himself in prison with a pregnant wife and a drug dealer wanting retribution for the failed deal that cost Thomas his freedom. I think one of the best things about movies in general is when one is on your radar and it continually starts to receive praise from critics that just naturally builds your expectations, and when you finally get to watch it, not only does it live up to the hype, but it exceeds your expectations, and that is what Brawl in Cell Block 99 did for me. And I thought this was such an entertaining film. It wasn't flashy, but it was highly impactful and structured, and it was delivered all with a workmanlike style. This movie kind of reminded me of the old grindhouse exploitation films, and in this case, one that kind of sensationalizes high amounts of gratuitous violence, but it does so by working it all into the flow of the script. None of the over-the-top moments really felt out of character for the storyline surrounding them. They all kind of had a purpose, and with them all really being woven seamlessly into the storyline, they deliver the most intrigue because for myself, I was invested in the characters as well as the situation that the story built. The violence was awesome and it was fantastic. It was extremely well done. It was jarring and it pulled me up in my seat as Vaughn takes a ton of hits and delivers his own while just breaking bones in the process. The fight choreography was just naturally fluid and it all kind of fit the tone of the story perfectly, in my opinion. Vince Vaughn's character is a former boxer and the fight style kind of dictated that. It really felt like a former boxer that had kind of just taken the gloves off and blended it with the traditional street fighting style, and I thought it was awesome. The camera work lets the sequences shine with a pulled back approach that kind of showcases the performers as they go through their moves and doesn't try to over edit things. It was all somewhat grounded but still excessively violent, and it wasn't that over the top action spectacle that you would expect from genre films today, but to me it lands the same if not more impact from its delivery because it just kind of felt more realistic. Vince Vaughn's character was not a good guy. He was into some bad stuff, but he never shies away from it. He knows he's done some bad things in his life and has made some wrong decisions, and he owns up to them. He is a man that has some morals, and despite the repercussions of what may happen, he kind of always stays within that moral compass, and I thought it was effective in really connecting me with the character on a more humanized level. This character isn't necessarily likable, but in the way that his arc in the story is developed, I was able to kind of understand him as kind of just being a man of his word, whether or not it's for the good or the bad. I think his choices in life kind of come back to haunt him, and as he progresses through the story, I was able to connect with his motivation and see why he had to do what he did. It made for a very compelling movie that on paper would kind of come across as a simple action movie, but with the development of the story and the progression of Vaughn's character, there's much more substance here. The musical score was fantastic. It captures a strong early 70s vibe to me that builds on top of already high amounts of attitude that this film had, and I loved what it added. Now let's talk Vince Vaughn. I thought his performance was excellent. He was perfectly fitted for this role. Vaughn is as intimidating as this role needed him to be, and he was definitely capable in the action sequences, and I think with his expressions and cold exterior, he really created a silent rage that was just so intriguing for this story. He was able to say so much with his eyes and his timing, and it was unassuming, but for the purpose of this movie, it came across as highly intense. I thought Don Johnson was excellent as this hardened warden with a sinister streak. His role was routine for prison films, but he definitely elevates the material with a skilled, confident, and at times cocky delivery that added an evil charm to his character. I would have liked a little bit more of him in this story, but I definitely think the scenes that he did have were very memorable. And overall, I thought this was a fantastic film that delivers so much more than the simple synopsis would tell you, and I'm going to give Brawl in Cell Block 99 95% on the entertainment meter. This film was focused and methodical at times with its progression. It weaves in loads of excessive violence that actually feels fitting to the story, and it's all delivered with a skillful subtlety that kind of shows confidence from the filmmakers that even they knew that they were making something cool and ambitious and unique. And those are my thoughts on Brawl on Cell Block 99, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely recommend checking this movie out, and if you're still here, I have a viewer giveaway for you guys. I have one digital copy of Spider-Man Homecoming to give away to the first viewer that can get it. All you have to do is go to the website that you see on the screen below and enter the passcode. If you're the first person to get it, the copy's all yours, and I hope you enjoy it. And that's it for today, day, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you like this review and you'd like to see more like it, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can catch all the new reviews. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm Anthony. This is the Silver Screen Analysis, and I'll see you at the movies.